Talking about mindful uses of porn,
Yes.
and how you're using it as almost like a prescription in
Yes.
these cases, that's going to sound crazy to some people because they
It did
think
to me at
it's
first.
only degrading and
That's
it's only
right.
harmful.
Right.
So what would you say to someone that says porn ruins more marriages and families than helps? Would you
Yeah.
say that that's true, or?
I would go back to what we said earlier, which is don't blame what people try to use as a solution. Don't blame that and scapegoat that as though that is the problem, right? And what I mean is, in a lot of the couples I've worked with, if the relationship is feeling good and the sex is feeling good, they don't necessarily feel the need to choose porn over their partner, or they can at least talk to their partner about why they're making that decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
And bring their partner into that dialogue. And then that also becomes diagnostic. If you can't talk about that as a couple, well, we have some work to do. I want you to be able to talk
Absolutely.
about really vulnerable, deeper topics, and that's a way to start that work. So I don't want to blame what people, again, choose as the solution. And again, porn is such an easy scapegoat. And I see that the way I see drugs and alcohol and overuse of the gym and shopping is it's a way people try to cope with wounds and dysregulation, and often an inability to honestly talk to their partner or whomever about what needs to really be processed and discussed.
One of the things that I loved that you said yesterday, we were talking about sexual maturity, and is your partner sexually mature enough to present them with certain information? I was like,
Yes.
whoa, that's amazing. This is always shocking when I say, or someone hears it for the first time, I was a toxic monogamous. Like, my level of jealousy was just, it was what was modeled for me. So I have a mom that's borderline, and like that was really difficult. And then the romantic relationships that were modeled for me were very tumultuous. And I just thought that that's how we behave, and that everything was a threat to what was mine, right? So again, then there's this element of possessiveness.
And that capitalist ownership.
Yes, which I would love to
Yeah,
get
we'll
into.
get there.
So it's like, you have someone and they want to bring someone in and like share this, like, yes, I want to watch porn, and their partner's not allowing them to, or they don't feel that it'll be received well. Would you have couples that come in, and then do you help facilitate that ask?
Yeah. Sexual maturity and sexual safety is a really important concept. And I think people think about it only in terms of sexual abuse and sexual assault. But I think we have to look at it in terms of just our ability to bear our vulnerable, honest, authentic self to our primary partner. And are they mature enough and safe enough to have that brought to them? And how aware are we of how they manage their own anxiety and conflict? And if a couple presents as though they're not stable enough or loving enough or securely attached enough to deal with the anxiety that can come up when your partner says, I also enjoy body shapes and sizes that aren't yours, which can be very threatening to someone who's toxically monogamous.
I always thought you can only be attracted to one type of person.
Isn't that wild now when you look back?
They look different than me in any way. I must be disgusting to you, and you no longer love me or attracted to me.
A lot of people relate to that. And I remind them that not only is that not true, but with eyes and whatnot, we're going to be oriented towards a lot of different things.
Of course.
And we want to really honor the gift that is someone who we love saying, I want to bring you into these deeper parts of who I am. What a beautiful sign.
Beautiful.
Right? Really
like,
beautiful.
Play with me.
Play with me.
Yes.
And then I trust that they'll be able to talk about other non-sexual high anxiety inducing things, right? Because that's part of the lifespan. Talking to your partner about financial stress and issues. I work with couples that will drop a bomb. I want another baby. I don't want the baby we talked about maybe having. And being able to talk about these deeper parts of our sexuality is a way to practice and working up towards some of that. So again, I want couples to assess their own maturity as well. Am I mature enough for my partner to come to me, just as much as I want them to assess as my partner mature enough for me to go to?
Don't say you want honesty if you're not going to offer
right.
a safe place for them to come to you, because
100%.
the first time, it will be the last time if they come to you in radical honesty and you punish them for that.
Yes.
So don't punish behavior you want repeated.
That's right. And say thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for coming to me honestly and telling me this part of yourself. It makes me anxious. That was very hard to hear, but thank you for telling me. Let me process and sit with what came up for me, but always just say thank you for bearing that part of yourself with me.
Beautiful. I couldn't agree more. And then they'll be like, what? Now, why are you lying? Well, you punish them. So now
That's
that
right.
you just taught them how to behave in this situation,